Welcome to the British International School, Istanbul, for the graduation ceremony of the class of 2015. Could you please take your seats and switch off your phones? Please refrain from trying to video the ceremony, as this makes it difficult for the people behind you to see properly. The ceremony is being videoed and DVDs will be available. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the graduating class of 2015.
members of the Board of Governors, Mr. Ianson and Mrs. Ilhan, faculty, parents, guests, previous students, and may I say how pleased I am to see so many past students here, students and the graduating class of 2015. Once again, it is my privilege and my pleasure to be able to take part in the most important event of the school calendar, the graduation of our senior students. As the director of an international school, I am frequently asked, what is it that makes your school international? I think the graduating class of 2015 would be a very good answer to that question. There are 22 students graduating today. Between them, they hold the passports of 15 different countries. If you take a second to look on the inside of your graduation programme, you will see the flags of all the countries that they belong to. They speak 14 different languages, not just enough to get by, but with a high degree of fluency. And in their short lives so far, between them, they have lived, not just visited, lived in 17 different countries. Between 22 people, that is an amazing amount of diversity. It is this level of diversity which really marks our school as a true international school. Because this level of diversity is not simply confined to our graduates today. The same sort of statistics hold true throughout the school. It is perhaps even more amazing that the overriding feeling in BISI is one of harmony and cooperation. Conflict is rare here. Our students are very accepting of new people joining the school, and they are really happy working together. I believe that the students of BISI are the best students I have ever worked with, and it makes me extremely proud to be able to say that. I'm incredibly happy that my students work so hard at every level of the school, and that they do so well. I am so proud that my staff work so hard to get the best out of each and every student, both in and out of the classroom, because all of that hard work eventually brings every student to the point that the class of 2015 have reached today. I first met most of the graduating class 5 years ago, when they were in year 9. It was quickly apparent to me then that this was a special group of students. Over the years, some new students have joined the group and some have left, but this group has remained very special. In July, when the IB examination results are published, I honestly believe that this group of young men and women will be found to have produced the best IB results that BISI has ever enjoyed. Soon they're going off to universities far and wide, and each one of them has their own life ahead of them. I think that we, the school, working in partnership with the home, have prepared them as well as we are able to lead their own life and make the most of it. We all know that their life will not simply be a bed of roses all the way. They will have their good times and their bad times, and they will make their share of mistakes along the way. For every single one of them, my prayer is that they will have more good times, less bad times, and that they will learn from their mistakes. These 22 young people and others graduating from similar international schools around the world may make a difference to all of our futures, because they know what it is to live and work in peace and harmony with like-minded people from all over the world, and that makes them very special indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, at each graduation ceremony, I have the pleasure of introducing our guest speaker, and today is no exception. Born in Italy, our guest speaker today is a man who has embraced internationalism throughout his life. His first university was in Venice, where he graduated in business administration. From there, he chose to move to North Carolina in the United States in order to complete his MBA. During his career, he has worked for some of the world's top global companies, KPMG, one of the world's top auditing companies, Andersen Consulting, a world leader in international defense and security, Deutsche Bank, one of the world's leading global banks, Unicredito Italiano, a global bank with its headquarters in Milan, and its subsidiary, Bank Pekao, in Warsaw. He is currently the Chief Financial Officer of Yapı Kredi Bank here in Istanbul. He has 2 children in our primary school and is a member of our Board of Governors. Graduands, I hope that you will listen very carefully to our guest speaker, because this is a man who fully embraces and understands internationalism and the benefits of lifelong learning. Will you please welcome Mr. Marco Iannacconi.
So, first of all, thank you for the great introduction. A good friend of mine today reminded me that my best speeches are when I speak about something I really like and enjoy, and today is definitely one of those cases, so I hope you will enjoy. So, dear students, dear families, dear teachers and staff of British International School of Istanbul, welcome to 2015 graduation ceremony. This is actually a very important day for all of us, for the families, because a cycle is coming to accomplishment, for teachers and professors, because one more class is reaching a very important milestone in their careers, for the students, of course, because a long days of work have come to an end, but you're now ready for the next step. So you're ready for the next challenge. And of course for myself, it's a real honor to be here today with you. Now, when I was offered this opportunity, I was immediately thrilled because it's a great opportunity. But then I started to wonder, what am I supposed to tell them? How can I describe such a crucial moment to all of you? How can I draw some experience from my life that could be useful? And that's actually not an easy task. Then I realized, talking also to my kids, that this is actually a dream. And this is not my dream, this is your dream. This is your future, and today, virtually, I'm handing over the future to you. You will be future doctors, future managers, future policy makers, future captain of industries. You will be future mother and fathers. And of course, accepting this handover requires also that you accept the great opportunity that comes with it. And this is certainly a great one. I know it sounds like the speech that I was given when I was in the university. So the second question I asked myself was, what is the difference between that speech and this speech? In fact, there is a very big difference, and I will try to explain it to you. A few weeks ago, I was at the MIT, and I was talking with some professors about education. And I heard a lot of very interesting things about education, but 2 of them were particularly striking to me. The first one was that nowadays, a lot of subjects you learn at school, unfortunately, becomes obsolete before the time you get out of your school. The second very important thing I learned is that approximately 60% of the jobs you will do in the future have not even been invented today. Now, if you look at it from this perspective, it sounds like a very scary picture, isn't it? But what does this mean? This means that the world is changing very, very quickly. It's evolving very rapidly. And so, in such an environment, everything becomes more and more challenging. However, every single challenge comes with a great opportunity, in my opinion. And so the idea that 60% of the jobs you guys will do in the future have not been invented, give you a great chance to invent the job you like. Now, you will expect me to give you some advices, so some suggestions for the future. And of course, I will try to do so. But I didn't have the chance that you had, so I didn't go to very special schools when I was young in my career. And so I always had this feeling that I was about to invent my future, and that I found was very, very exciting. But one thing I learned is that in a world that is changing at this speed, one key thing to learn actually is to learn how to learn. So you will not stop studying probably ever, because you will have to be able to adjust to this world. Now, you had the great opportunity to come and study at this school, and this is a school that is fostering open-minded, creativity, independency. As we heard, very multicultural, with a great international approach, and it also promotes artwork. And in my personal view, all these things are extremely important for the future. So then you will ask yourself, what is next? How can we apply these things in real life? So what are we going to do tomorrow? Then you will be graduated. So this is my advice. And these things are things I strongly believe on, and I practice every day. And these are aspiration, innovation, and passion. So what is aspiration? I think, frankly, I do not believe in people that are not ambitious. And please don't get me wrong. For me, being ambitious means that you try all your best to achieve something you really like. There is no negative connotation. It's actually extremely positive. But of course, you really have to engage yourself to get to the point you want. And while you do that, you always have to play fair and don't do it at the expenses of others. In fact, what I mean is that by playing fair, you will have to try to be simply the absolute best you can on your own field. Then we have innovation. And what I did, because I didn't know how to explain innovation, so I did what you do all the time. I went to Google. So I started to Google the word innovation. And a lot of different definitions came out, some of them very complicated, like radical incremental changes. No? So something which is very, very difficult to explain. So what is innovation for me? Innovation is something that nobody has invented before. Innovation is creating something that people will just love. Innovation is something that will change your life and the life of other people. And last, probably the most important advice I can give you is passion. Believe me, I cannot even imagine waking up one single morning and doing something I don't like with people I don't like. This is extremely important, but this does not mean that you will not face difficulties. You will face a lot of them. There will be moments in which you will have to keep going and suffer in silence. But this will not have to discourage you. This actually have to cheer you up. It needs to give you the additional energy to keep going and get simply to the point you want to achieve. Now, I would like to share something personal. I was not always in agreement with my father in what he was telling me. In fact, I think this is probably the case for all of you. But in one thing, I was really in agreement with him. And this was, If you really follow your dreams, the things you like, if you do it with passion, the reward will always come. In fact, what I mean is that if you really believe in something and you work with time and dedication, you will certainly achieve it. I sincerely hope that some of these ideas will be useful for you. And I know they sound too simple, but again, I would like to remind you one sentence I heard recently, which was coming from a gentleman called Einstein, so definitely a bright one. He was saying, everything should be made as simple as possible, not just simpler. What this means, in my opinion, is that every great venture always comes from very few, very special ingredients. And for me, these are aspiration, innovation, and passion. At this point, we only have to decide how to define success and the way we want to measure this success. So, for me, success is simply what makes you feel really fulfilled, satisfied, delightful, what makes you feel simply happy. So, in this important day, I would like to wish all of you great success, great fulfillment, simply happiness. Thank you and good luck.
There will now be a musical interlude. The Year 10 musicians will perform Don't Stop Believing by Journey for you. 10 musicians. Can we give them another round of applause, please? I now call Mr. Richard Robinson, Deputy Director of Secondary, to introduce the graduates. The diplomas will be presented by Mr. Marco Yanconi and Mr. William Bradley.
Good afternoon. Hannah is planning to read history in Cambridge in the UK. Ada is going to study psychology at Leiden University. Arda is hoping to study medical sciences at Sydney University. Pinar is going to study international business in Australia. Alp is hoping to go to Queen Mary University to study business. Fuad is hoping to study business at Cass Business School, City University. Louisa is hoping to study psychology at the University of Glasgow. Julie Day is hoping to go to Reading University to study business. Sarah is hoping to study biological sciences at the University of East Anglia. Sarush is hoping to go to Edinburgh University to study chemistry. Claire is hoping to study English literature at Glasgow University. Georgie is hoping to study psychology at the University of Exeter. Mina is going to Northeastern in the USA to study chemical engineering. Caroline is going to study for her Bachelor of Arts at the University of British Columbia. Peter is hoping to study psychology at Reading. Mingu is hoping to study mathematics at Edinburgh University. Chiara is planning to go to University College London to study arts and sciences. Anne is still deciding between Environment and Development at LSE and Arts and Sciences at University College London. Vasudev is going to study mechanical engineering at Penn State University. Kaan is hoping to stay in Turkey to study history at Fatih University. Ramon is going to Delft University to study architecture. And Sinan is planning to study marketing in the United States.
On behalf of the graduating class, Georgi Avadladze will now present our guest speaker, Mr. Marco Yanconi, with a small gift. Mr. Richard Robinson will now address the graduates.
Ladies, gentlemen, colleagues, class of 2015. Some of you I've known since teaching you in Year 7. Some of you I've only known for the last 2 years. I don't know half of you half as well as I should like, and I like less than half of you half as well as you deserve. In all honesty, I can't stand here and say you're the best graduating class ever, yet, and not only because there are so many past BISI graduates here today. It all depends on how you define best, how you judge success. Universities will soon be judging your success on your IB diploma points score. Your scores may indicate how well you understand a subject or how well you can prepare for a test, but they don't show what sort of a person you are, how hardworking, how creative, how sporty, how caring. I'm a big fan of the IB diploma program because unlike many pre-university courses, you've at least been given the opportunity to display these qualities, particularly through the CAS program. And universities do appreciate the more rounded individuals that you have become. Whilst I don't for a minute think that any of the class of 2015 could be considered round, you certainly are all unique and talented individuals. If variety is the spice of life, then the class of 2015 are certainly more like Vindaloo than Korma. You're lucky to be living at a time when employers value individuality, curiosity and creativity over the ability to perform repetitive, mundane tasks. You live in a world where devices smaller than a cheese toast give you access to the whole of human knowledge and allow you to communicate in real time with people around the planet, even if you don't have a common language. It's easy to get sucked into the virtual world of tweets and hoots, shares and followers, likes and YouTubers, which to me sounds like the modern equivalent of accusing you of being a couch potato. YouTubers. You'll have to Google it later. Technology is changing the way we interact. It's wonderful to be able to stay in touch with friends and family across the globe, But we've all seen the people at a restaurant table who would rather share an amusing video of a cat than hold a conversation with the person next to them. The parents who will sit through the whole of their child's stage performance with a pad, pod or tab in front of their face. It can be totally, totally inappropriate. Give me a sec. We may be at a turning point in history, driven by technology which is changing society around us, which can be used for such wonderful as well as terrible things. I'm going to use one of my favourite quotes again this year, because it's relevant, not because I'm lazy. Those who have no compassion have no wisdom. Knowledge, yes. Cleverness, maybe. Wisdom, no. A clever mind is not a heart. Knowledge doesn't really care. Wisdom does. You are all clever, more or less. Even if you haven't retained any of the knowledge over the last 13 years of your education, you can now find it with just a swipe of your finger. That leaves wisdom. I hope your experiences here at BISI have at least started you off in the right direction, and that you have the wisdom to be able to balance all of the important aspects of your lives. Work and play, friends and family, reality and the virtual universe that lives on your iThing. If you can find balance in your life, then you will find happiness. So, class of 2015, grow older and wiser and be happy. Thank you.
It's my pleasure to introduce Shaida Kiran, who will sing O Mio Babino Caro from Gianni Shishi by Puccini. Thank you, Shaida. That was amazing. The valedictorian speech will now be given in English by Chiara Vivaldi and in Turkish by Mina Delay.
Dear teachers, families, guests, and most importantly, beloved classmates, good afternoon. I'm truly honored have been given the opportunity to express myself on behalf of my whole year on this very special day. To be honest, writing this speech was kind of a pain, especially after Amina and I thought that we were done with any kind of work for a while. But regardless of this, I'm actually very glad to have been assigned this responsibility, as it has forced me to sit down and reflect in a way that I would certainly not have done otherwise. So initially, I had no idea what I wanted to tell you all. What is it that one should say in a moment like this other than thank you? But certainly simply saying thank you is neither very significant, nor does it fill up the 10 minutes that I've been given to speak. And so I started contemplating about what has been prominent throughout these formative years. The school uniform came to mind, unsurprisingly. It's a widely discussed fact that many of us really quite hated the uniform. In middle school especially, it prevented us from showing off a tacky new leopard skirt or wearing all of the colors of the rainbow in one outfit. Yes, we all went through that phase. We despised the unisex t-shirts and the jumpers you could never be sure were yours. But I look back now and I realize that the uniform was actually quite a representative thing of the ever-present sense of familiarity that prevails in the school. Like the uniform, this school has always been a place where students who would otherwise feel completely estranged from each other can instead feel equal and united. This idea leads me to discuss an aspect of life that we students all have in common, and one that I think has been most influential throughout our upbringings. At some point in our lives, we all entered an international school, as has not been said before. Some only began this journey a couple years ago, while I, like many others, first stepped into this environment more than a decade ago. To me, it has always seemed normal to have international food days, to study 1 or 2 or 3 foreign languages, to attend Model United Nations while occasionally representing countries I'd never even heard of before, to study novels translated from other languages, to be pushed to understand and question situations from perspectives that are not normally our own. It never seemed out of the ordinary to me that my best friend from primary school was Japanese, from middle school Israeli, and from high school Dutch. For us, it has become normal to be around people from different cultures and ideas. We say it all the time. We thoughtlessly mention it in cast reflections and university personal statements because being international is apparently an effective thing to be. For most of my life, I must say that I've taken this for granted. The fact that we hear it every day makes it easy to grow numb to the weight and significance of the word. I mean, it's even in the school name. You may be thinking, if she's only ever been in international schools, how can she be aware of this significance? It's true, you could say that I do live in some sort of safety bubble, while the outer world is far more menacing. When I compare myself to my friends in Italy, who all attend public schools, I see that they're a lot more exposed to harsh realities than I am, like drugs or crime. They see those sorts of problems face on. However, within our bubble, I think we have been exposed to all these problems and more, but with a broader outlook on situations and a critical mind to confront them with. We can see and understand things that kids who didn't attend international schools can't. My experiences in this world are not yet very intricate, but I can already tell you that the open-mindedness that has slowly infiltrated into us will make us more accepting of other ideas and more adaptable in countless circumstances, as we have evolved into individuals who are capable of solving problems. And I have the feeling that problem solvers is exactly what the world needs today. So here we are, almost adult-like looking people, ready to be propelled forward into a world that many call frightening. I mean, I too see this next step as frightening, especially since we're stepping off of a platform that we know is safe. But at the same time, I know that we have been thoroughly prepared to confront what lies ahead. I must sincerely thank our teachers for this, for putting their hearts into pushing the limits of our thoughts and initiating passions within each of us, which are now what steer us towards exciting futures. Logically, I must thank Mr. Gunnell first, as without him, I probably would not have been literate enough to even write this speech. Thank you also to Ms. Garner for keeping us constantly entertained with her mispronunciations. Mr. Mayer for making it all interesting with BBC videos. Ms. Gabriella, because I literally know nothing about Latin America without her. Then there's Mr. Stave. You arrived when we were almost at the end of our journey, but we are so grateful for it, especially because you let us correct you when you write on the board. Mr. Summers, considering how infrequently you taught me, I must say that the amount of insight that you have instilled in me is noteworthy. And also, thanks for never failing us on Halloween. Right now, I've only thanked a few teachers, and if I had time, I would go through the whole list. However, as I do not, I wholeheartedly do thank all the teachers for all that they've done for us. And while I'm at it, I also thank my parents. And since I speak on behalf of everyone, I thank all of our parents. We collectively apologize for being really antisocial these past few years, be it because of video games, nights out, or occasionally studying. I must say that you endure our teenage madness pretty effectively. Thanks also to everyone who performed today. You've been really delightful. In addition to parents and teachers, I can really say that we students have remarkably shaped each other. And I thank you all for that. I cannot deny that we've had conflicts with VIB, with teachers, with ourselves, and occasionally with each other. But I know that without these conflicts, none of the strength and determination that we now hold would have been developed. We rather passionately discussed about world issues, philosophical paradoxes, the universe, occasionally Game of Thrones. I cannot imagine what this whole journey would have been like if my arguments weren't constantly questioned and discussed with people who feel just as strongly about what they believe as I do. We made each other more dedicated and informed, and I'm very grateful for that. So I've talked about what has happened inside the walls of our teenagehood, and I'd love to have something truly insightful to say about what the future holds for us. But to be honest, I have no idea. All I know is that we are young, we are smart, and we are capable to do anything. With that said, I wish for you all to make use of the opportunities that have been given to you, and I hope that you will lead lives as exciting and rewarding as you could ever desire. Good luck to all. It was really a pleasure.
Sevgili öğretmenlerim, velilerimiz, konuklarımız ve en önemlisi sevgili sınıf arkadaşlarım. Hepinize güzel bir gün diliyorum. Bu anlamlı günde bana tüm son sınıf arkadaşlarım adına kendimi ifade etme fırsatı verildiği için onur duyuyorum. Açıkçası bu konuşmayı hazırlamak Kiara ve benim için biraz sıkıntılı oldu. Tam da bütün dersler bitti diye düşünürken. Her şeye rağmen bu görevin bana verilmesi beni çok memnun etti. Çünkü bu görev olmasaydı hiçbir zaman oturup bu yazdıklarımı düşünmeyecektim. Başta sizlere ne anlatmak istediğimi hiç bilmiyordum. Böyle bir anda insan teşekkür ederimden başka ne diyebilir ki? Ama elbette sadece teşekkür ederim demek hem anlamlı olmaz hem de bana verilen 10 dakikayı doldurmaz. Ve böylece bu şekillendirici yıllarımızda öne çıkan şeyleri düşünmeye başladım. Okul üniforması aklıma gelen ilk şeylerden biri oldu. Çoğumuzun üniformadan nefret ettiği bilinen bir gerçek. Özellikle ortaokulda yeni yırtık pırtık leopard eteklerimizi giyip hava atmamıza veya uyumsuz renklerde kıyafetlerimizi giymeye engel oluyordu. Evet, hepimiz bu aşamalardan geçtik. Unisex tişörtlerimiz ve kendimizin olduğundan emin olmadığımız hırkalarımızdan nefret ettik. Ama şimdi dönüp arkama bakıyorum ve üniformamın bu okulda hep var olan samimiyet duygusunu temsil ettiğini fark ediyorum. Tıpkı üniforma gibi bu okulda da birbirine yabancı olan öğrencileri daima bir araya getiren ve onlara eşitlik ve birlik duygusunu veren bir yer oldu. Bu düşünceler beni hayatın bir başka yönünü tartışmaya götürüyor. Biz tüm öğrencilerin ortak bir yanına ve yetişmemizde en etkili olan yöne. Hayatımızın bir evresinde uluslararası bir okula girdik. Bazılarımız bu yolculuğu sadece birkaç sene önce başladı. Bazılarımız ise benim gibi bu ortama 15 sene önce adım attı. Bana göre değişik ülkelerin yemek günleri veya 1, 2 veya 3 yabancı dil öğrenmek, Birleşmiş Milletler Model Konferanslarına gitmek, bazen adını daha önce hiç duymadığım ülkeleri temsil etmek, başka dillerden tercüme edilmiş romanları okumak, olayları başkalarının açısından anlamayı ve sorgulamayı öğrenmek daima çok normal geldi. İlkokuldaki en iyi arkadaşımın Romanyalı, ortaokuldaki Avusturyalı, lisede en ise Alman olması bana hiç sıra dışı gelmedi. Farklı kültür ve fikirlerden gelen insanlarla birlikte olmak bizim için normaldi. Sürekli tekrarlıyoruz. Düşünmeden casting görüşmelerimizde ve üniversite başvurularımızda dile getiriyoruz. Çünkü uluslararası olmak belli ki etkileyici bir şey. Hayatımın büyük bir kısmında bunu hafife aldığımı söylemeliyim. Uluslararası kelimesini her gün duymak, kelimenin ağırlığını ve anlamına karşı bizi duyarsızlaştırıyor. Okulumuzun isminde bile bu kelime var yani. Belki şöyle düşünebilirsiniz. Eğer hep uluslararası okullarda okuduysa, bunun değerini nasıl kavrayabilir ki? Doğrudur, dışarıdaki dünya çok daha tehditkar iken, güvenli bir balon içinde yaşadığımı söyleyebiliriz. Kendimi Türk okullarına giden arkadaşlarımla kıyasladığım zaman, onların uyuşturucu ve suç gibi acımasız gerçeklerle daha çok karşılaştıklarını görüyorum. Bu tür problemlerle yüz yüze geliyorlar. Ancak kendi balonumuz içinde biz de bu tür problemlerle ve fazlasıyla karşılaştık. Ama yüksekten bakan bir bakış açısıyla bu tür durumlara objektif bir bakış açımız var ve eleştirel bir şekilde karşı çıkıyoruz. Uluslararası okullara gitmemiş çocukların anlayamayacağı şeyleri biz görüyor ve anlıyoruz. Bu dünyadaki deneyimlerim henüz çok karmaşık değil. Ama içimize yavaşça sızan açık fikirlilik, bizi başka fikirleri kolayca kabul edebilen ve çok farklı şartlara kolayca uyum sağlayan, problem çözme yeteneği olan bireylere dönüştürüyor. Ve bence dünyamızın tam da bu problem çözen insanlara ihtiyacı var. İşte böylece neredeyse tam yetişkin gibi görünen bizler, pek çoğunun problemli ve korkutucu gördüğü dünyaya atılmaya hazırız. Ben de bu adımı oldukça korkutucu görüyorum. Özellikle de güvenli olduğumu bildiğimiz bir platformdan ayrıldığımız için. Ancak aynı zamanda biliyorum ki karşımıza çıkacak olanlarla yüzleşmeye hepimiz hazırız. Bunun için gerçekten öğretmenlerimize teşekkür etmeliyiz. Düşüncelerimizin sınırlarını zorladılar ve içimizde tutkular yaratmak için kalplerini koyarak çalıştılar. Şimdi bütün bunlar bize heyecanla bir geleceğe taşıyor. Önce Mr. Gonal'a teşekkür etmeliyim. O olmasaydı bu düzeyde okur yazar olamayacaktım. Miss Garner'a tabii teşekkür etmeliyim. Yanlış telaffuzları ile bizi hep güldürdüğü için. Mr. Mayer'a teşekkürler. BBC videolarıyla her şeyi ilginç kıldığı için. Ve Miss Gabriela'ya teşekkürler. Çünkü o olmasaydı Latin Amerika hakkında hiçbir şey bilemezdik. Daha sonra Mr. Safe var. Siz bizim yolculuğumuzun sonuna yetiştiniz ama size de teşekkür ederiz. Özellikle de siz tahtaya yazarken yanlışlıklarımızı düzeltmemize izin verdiğiniz için. Mr. Summers, kısa bir süre öğretmenim olmanıza rağmen bana verdiğiniz kavrayış ve anlayış yeteneği çok değerli. Bir de Cadılar Bayramı'nda hep bizimle olduğunuz için teşekkürler. Eğer vaktim olsaydı bütün görevlilerin adını buraya sıralamak isterdim. Ama olmadığına göre bütün öğretmenlerimize yaptıkları her şey için kalbimizden teşekkür ederim. Bir de tabii ki aileme teşekkür ederim. Tüm mezun olan arkadaşlarım adına konuştuğum için herkesin ailesine teşekkür ederim. Son 1-2 yıldır gerek video oyunları, gerek gece gezmeleri ve tabii ders çalışma nedeniyle gerçekten asosyal olduk. Bizlerin ergen çılgınlıklarımıza oldukça iyi tahmin ettiniz. Öğretmen ve ailelerimize ilaveten biz öğrenciler de birbirimizi etkiledik, şekillendirdik. Bunun için de sizlere teşekkür ederim. Çekişmeler olmadı diyemem, IB ile, öğretmenlerimiz ile, kendi kendimizle ve bazen birbirimizle. Ama biliyorum ki bu çekişmeler olmasaydı bugün sahip olduğumuz güç ve kararlılık da olmazdı. Dünya konularını, felsefi görüşleri, evreni ve bazen de Game of Thrones'da oldukça tutkulu bir şekilde tartıştık. Eğer benim görüşlerim sürekli olarak sorgulanmasa, kendi görüşlerine benim kadar güçlü bir şekilde inanan kişilerle tanışmasam, bütün bu yolculuk nasıl olurdu hayal bile edemiyorum. Birbirimizi daha kararlı ve bilgi yaptık ve buna da çok teşekkür ediyoruz. Sizlere ergen şapkamızın kenarları altında neler olduğunu anlattım ve geleceğin bizler için neler hazırladığı konusunda da bir şeyler öngörmeyi isterdim. Ama hiçbir fikrim yok. Tek bildiğim genciz, akıllıyız ve her şeyi yapabiliriz. Böylece dilerim hepiniz size verilen fırsatları değerlendirirsiniz ve umarım hepiniz arzu ettiğiniz heyecanlı ve başarılı hayata kavuşursunuz. Hepinize bol şans, benim için büyük bir keyifti.
The Directors Award will now be presented by Mr. William Bradley.
Out of all the awards that we hand out to students in the school every year, the Directors Award is probably the most inappropriately named. Because as director, I'm the only person who doesn't get a say in who it goes to. It's the Directors Award because I hand it out, I guess. It's much more important than an award decided on by a director. The Directors Award is given to the person who is the all-round most outstanding student in the year group, and it is voted for by the entire secondary staff, if I can get all of them to vote. This year, getting all of them to vote was not a problem. And getting all of them to choose the best person for the award was also not a problem. Usually, with the Directors Award, there is one or maybe two votes in it. This year, the recipients didn't have a huge amount of competition. That's not to say anything bad about the rest of the students, but the student truly is an outstanding student. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Directors Award this year is Chiara Vivaldi.
graduating class of 2015.